Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. I'm apparently live, so I'll just get on my stream. My stream is per usual and see who's here. Just need to refresh my feed. So, yes, good evening, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at the incredibly amazing Touchscaper. Touchscaper's come such a long way in such a short time. It's awesome. So I'm going to play you this. Instead of doing the boring thing first, I'm going to play you this little piece, and then we're going to go through the whole thing from scratch sort of thing, so you can know how to set up all this very, very awesome and cool stuff. So who's here? Colin Powell. Say hi, Colin. Hi, Dean. Hello. Let's see. Hozza's here. Andrew's here. Yeah, and Colin's right into Touchscaper at the moment, and I think Rob is going to be turning. Rob is here, I think. Moodscaper. Yeah, Rob Jackson here. Moodscaper's here. Everybody, the developer. He's just done such an incredibly cool job. So before I go through the tutorial, everything you are about to hear now, everything is Moodscaper. Okay, so the whole thing. So you have this fantastic pattern arranger now. Oh, it's just awesome. So right, what I'm gonna do, and if I say anything that's not right, I'm sure that Rob can correct us as the stream progresses. So listen, let's get on with this. Let's play this piece of music, all created within Touchscaper. Everything, keep an eye on the drum machines here because they change as well, because the pattern seeker remembers everything. All right, guys, so I'm going to close the microphone, play this piece of music, and then we'll get into the tutorial. But every single thing here is just Touchscaper. And my first mistake was not to arm my my chord playing, so just hold on a sec. So this is just so that I don't need to touch anything at all. Let's open this again so you can see what's going on. We'll also open this. So now we shall get on with playing the thing. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? So I'm going to show you how you do all of this. Right, so let's do this. I have this set on ribbon. You can set this on keyboards and stuff like that. So no, the dice is for probability. The dice is probability. It's awesome. We're going to get into the whole thing. So first of all, we can create a completely new scene, and then we can add chords to that scene. But let's do something like E minor natural scale, okay, like this. We'll just tap on this. And what will happen now is it will give us chords in the E minor natural scale. Okay, so to play those chords, now we have the arranger view here, and you will see that all the other arrangements, up to 10 of them, are empty. And this, I could do this, probably better see this better with my pointer. If you select arrangement 2 here, you can see that that is empty. And arrangement 1 here contains pretty much all the chords. So let's say we don't want all the chords in the first part of the arrangement. So let's see, what's this sound like? And let's change the sound. Okay, let's change it to maybe this sound here. Okay, that'll do it. So there's your E minor, G. So I quite like those 3 chords as my first kind of arrangement, if you like. So what did I say? E minor, G, and A minor. So the next E minor, G, A minor, this B minor we can remove. So we select it here and just remove it. And we can also remove the C, the D, and that's fine. I've now just got 3 chords in there. Now you'll see that the bars, I'll have the first E minor play for 1 bar, the second G I'll play for 1 bar, and the third A minor I'll have play for 2 bars. Okay, so don't worry about pattern yet, because we haven't put anything in the pattern sequencer. Okay, so, and at the moment you'll see it's repeating infinitely. No point in hitting go to at the moment, because there's nothing for it to go to other than back to itself or an empty pattern sort of thing. So we can just leave it on loop. So there we go. We have an E minor, a G, and an A minor in our arrangement view now. But we still have all our other chords to select. But you will see that now we have E minor, G, and A minor. And if we set this off playing like this, you won't hear anything because there's nothing to play. But I'll play some chords. And I can hold the chords here by pressing this little hand button. See, it'll hold for 2. So let's stop the sequence. So now we want another sequence, right? We want another sequence. So we want to start to build up our track. So we can select arrangement 2. And the first chord you'll see there is an E minor. Well, we can change that. We can change that. Let's change that to a C. Let's select C here and then just go change. And then that'll be C. And then all we need to do is hit a little add switch here. And that we can add another chord, and we can select it here and change that to say a B minor, and then go change. And then for our last chord, we'll add another chord here, add, and then we'll select it there, and we'll change that to a G here, and just go change. And we've got a C, a B minor, and a G. And again, I will select this as 1 bar, and 2 bars. Now, what I'll do this time is, I will set the scenes to play. So let's go back to arrangement 1. Okay, and this time I'll hit go to. I'll have it repeat twice. Pardon me, and it will go to section 2 after repeating twice. So you can have it repeat as many times. I don't need 16 times. So you can end up with a massively long track if you want to. So we'll have it repeat twice, and it'll go to section 2, but we could set it to go to section 3 or 4. blank at the moment, obviously. So that can go to, or we can set it random if we have lots of patterns. Okay, so section 2. Now let's go to arrangement number 2, and let's have that go to, let's hit go to, and let's have it go back to section 1 after we leave that. We'll let that run 2 times. So arrangement 2 will play, and then it'll go back to arrangement 1. And this is arrangement 1, and this is arrangement 2. So you can see where you are all the time. So before we get into our pattern sequencer, let's hear how that starts. Joe's here, everybody. Hello, Joe. Hello. Right, okay. I hope you can see that this color is okay for you to see as well. So, all right. So all we need to do now is we can watch our arrangement as it runs. We can switch it on there. We can see what's going to happen. So let us set up some chords that will actually play so we can. So let's set that on hold. Now this switch here, the gyroscope switch, that will set motion going, okay? Like this. And some sounds are going to be more noticeable than others, but you can hear it changing. So I shall set this off to play. It'll play again, and the next time round it's going to swap to pattern 2, which is now flashing. And it's going to repeat twice. And now it's going to go back to pattern 1. Okay. So we can stop that now. So let's now have a look at our pattern arranger. Here is the pattern arranger. You have a touch synthesizer, you have drums, and you have a synth. All these are independent of what you've got going on there. So you've kind of got an 808, a 909, and a Lin. I think Rob's working on some other stuff as well. You can ask him. And then also in the synth, we have a 303, a 101, and a kind of a mini sound going on. And these sounds will change as per pattern if you want them to. So let's play with some drums, shall we? Let's select the drums, and you'll see we've got bass drum, snare drum, clap, hi-hat, close hi-hat, open, and a cymbal. And now we're on an 808. So let's set our kick off here on just a basic 4 on the floor. And what will happen now when we play is, actually just do this. So you can't. I think I'll change the sound to something a bit more kind of mellow. Right, okay. So without having that switched on, we can play with the drums and you can hear what they'll do. So at the moment you'll see what's happening in the background is that arrangement that I've just made is just cracking on. But because it's all going to be set to pattern 1 at the moment, it's not going to matter until we put the pattern placements inside the arranger here. Okay, but you'll see that although you can't hear anything because there's nothing playing, you can play with the drum kit, you see. So here's your kick for your 909. It sounds the same as the 808. Oh no, sorry. And then we've got the Lin. So let's go back to the 808. And if what I was saying about the probability, so let's set some hi-hat closed on. And don't forget this is pattern 1 we're messing with now. But let's change the probability on some of these to maybe a 4. 3s, maybe a 1 on that one. So now you've got a constantly varying pattern on the hi-hats, which is fine. Let's have a listen to the clap sounds. And the snare. We can take any of these out just by taking them down and you could put a high. But that's too busy for pattern 1. But let's say the 909. Let's have this as pattern 1. So we're going to set that as pattern 1. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit this little copy button. Copy. Select pattern number 2. And then go paste. And we can go yes. That's fine. And if you want this to be remembered with that scene that you chose, keep saving to scene, saving to scene. We don't need to worry about that right now, but that's what I did to set up my other sessions. But now if we wanted to do this for pattern 2, if we go back to pattern 1 now, see it changes back to the 808. So patterns, sounds and stuff are remembered per pattern. So we can add a little bit to this one now, can't we? So let's add some, let's add some more snare. Maybe less probability. Okay, so that's pattern number 2. But in pattern number 2 now, we might want to start adding some synth. This is so cool. Choose your instrument, folks, and now this is obviously going to follow the pattern we've programmed. So, copy, paste, yes, paste, yes. Now you see, it's also very cool because it doesn't paste the drum pattern as well. So you could have that as just the synths, but if we want to paste the drums, go back to pattern 2 where the drums are, hit copy, go to pattern 3, paste, yes. Now we've got our drums and our bass pasted. And don't forget also, if we wanted to, we could change that to a 9, say on synth. Change that to a 101. We'll go back to pattern 2, and it's the 303 again. Oh, this is nothing. Check this out now, folks. I'm gonna copy the synth part, actually, I'm not going to copy. I'm going to copy the drums. Go to pattern 4. Paste the drums in. And I'm going to go to the synth part. I'm going to put a new synth part in here, and I'm going to make it a mini. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to touch, and we're going to leave it on orbit, but we could have an orbit or random orbit, but we're going to leave it on orbit. Check this out. Let's try random orbit. So now we've got 4 drum patterns, right? So let's open our sequencer in. Let's minimize it so we can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Now let's open our pattern arranger. This is just insanely cool. It's just an insanely cool app. Do you know what's nice about this is because you have to work at it to get you're in control. You're in control of the track. Do you know what I mean? It's your chord. It's you're choosing where you play your drums. You're choosing the pattern sequences. You're choosing it all. And then just let it go off on its own forever. I mean, and you can have up to 10 patterns repeating up to 16 times each. It's insane. Right, okay, so now we've got this, right? You'll see here, pattern, right? Pattern. You can set a different pattern for every single drum sequence. So for every single chord change, you can set a different pattern. So to demonstrate that, we'll choose this. So whichever pattern you've got selected here, I've got selected pattern 1. Boing, pattern 1, like that. Let's select pattern 2 and put it in. Actually, no, let's not. Let's do that for the next arrangement. Okay, so let's leave it at pattern 1. Actually, let's leave that one empty, Bring the pattern 1 in for that one. Let's go to pattern 2 now. Pattern 2, and let's have this on arrangement 2, the C, and we'll put pattern 3. Did I do 3 patterns or 4 patterns? We'll put pattern 3 in there, and then we'll go to our 3rd arrangement, which is just E minor, actually, and we'll have just that E minor run for 4 bars. And we'll have it to go back then to section 2. Yeah, which is this one, which has patterns and stuff in. So this will be our intro, blah, 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 and then it'll go to this. And I'll have this play. Let me just check there's something in pattern 4. Yeah, that's the synth, isn't it? We'll have that play pattern 4. And then it will loop back after 4 times. Maybe 4 is not going to be long enough, but we'll see. Oh, I'll add another chord in, actually. Actually, that it can stay on A minor, and that can go for 4 as well. And then it can jump back to pattern 2. So you can see it's very, very simple to actually... It's very simple to actually program it. And it's great fun programming it, actually. It's really nice. Because you get to hear what it's going to sound like. And this time, what we shall do is, actually, we can leave that open so you can see what's going on. We can just minimize it like this. And we can put it to here. And then you have this as your, this is going to be, what is this? You can set the sound of your ribbon in your settings and stuff like that. But we'll get into that before we finish. So now I'm going to play a chord. I'm going to set it about there. I'm going to hit the little handprint there so the chord stays sustained. Okay. And I'm going to make sure I'm set on pattern 1 and and arrangement 1. And then we're just going to start. Here we go. So no, it's Jim. No, it's not a preset. I've just built it. Yes, 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 yes. I just built it. Yes. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just epic. Um, I just love it. Well, we can just like what I want to do. Right, I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save scene. And I think I'm not sure, Rob. Do I need to save scene for everything, or will just saving scene? Will that just do it for me for everything? You know what I mean? Thank you, David. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But it's my track. You know what I mean? So whatever you do, it's your track. It's dead easy. So, so how do you save a scene with all the settings though? Do you just well, yeah, I just hit the save scenes. Yeah, save scenes. That's what I did. If I go look. There's this scene will be saved to this now, right? So if I load another scene that I did earlier, let me go to scenes, and I saved something in surprise, A minor chord, natural pentatonic. You'll see that this loads up like this. So this is a scene that I made earlier, and it's got all my pattern. Well, my one pattern in there. I only recorded one pattern while I was doing the test. And if we go to the arranger, you'll see that it's got some arrangements that I put in as well. So this is one that I did earlier. This is one that I did earlier, folks. It's starting to sound like blinking Blue Peter. So I'll close this. Again, I'll engage the. Sorry. And then I'll play the scene. But this time I'll engage the movement. Andrew, pads, bass, and all that. Yeah, I'll show you the instruments. You've got like drums. It's all the sound. This is just all the sounds from. It's all the sounds from Touchscaper. There's nothing else being used there, folks. Nothing at all. It's just Touchscaper, and it has like an 808, a 909 synth as a thingy. Let's go to a blank one here. So we can hit play, and it won't change because we haven't actually loaded anything into our sequencer to change it. We can have a look at the actual ribbon controller settings. If we open our settings here, we can have it on classic. Let's see, hang on. We'll see it's changed to classic. We can have it show the notes in the particular scale we're using. Well, I'm using A minor, so there you go. And then you can have the themed, which will go with the color. Then you can have change chords on low notes. Then you can set the ribbon sound here, like this. Whatever, metallic brass, and set as ribbon sound. Yeah. We go to our ribbon. But better with my finger, that one. So let's see. So, and then if you like that, you just basically go and go, yep, save to scene. Yes, thank you very much. Well, you can set up, let me stop that. You can set up new scenes. You know, you don't have to use the ones you've got, but if you want to use some of Rob's scenes, I mean, it's got an awful lot of the nice scales. You've got E minors, G minors, but you've pretty much got a choice of any chord you like, really, to a degree, I think. I think Rob's pretty much covered a load of them. Oh, excuse me. And you can edit them and stuff, you know. You can make new ones, add chords to the scenes that you've already got. You've got different scales to choose one. All these, what we got, look, different ones that sound interesting using multiple facets of thing. And then you've got advanced. So, you know, you can really start dialing in stuff. Deep style. And then another feature is, although it doesn't make any noise, is the ability to change its color to suit your mood. You know, this is nice. If you don't, I have to be really careful because because of the lighting in here, because it's really bright. I would find that very difficult to see. This one I can see quite easy. The green's really nice. That's really lovely and bright. You can see that easily in any kind of setting. Then you have a red here, which is nice, and then you have kind of the basic version. I could need to put it back onto maybe this one so I can see it better. That's it. So you can do an awful lot. Right. Okay. So, and yeah, you've got total. Like Rob said, advanced gives you total control over everything. If you didn't already have enough control, you've got some more. If you want it, you're going to send me to the poorhouse. I've done this a few times though, because when it first came out, this was it. That was basically this. Well, you can add another chord in down here as well by hitting this little, what's it here? I really like this. But it's so easy to start playing this and programming it and stuff, and just adding different things and playing with the synths and stuff, and it's just great. It's great. someone just asked the question as well. Stop that there. Is it triggering synth apps or can it be? No other. That was Nate 11 star. Hi Nate. No, this is completely on its own. All the sounds, all the music, the whole thing. There are no other apps open. It's doing it all itself. No, nothing's running in the background. Do the double clicky. It's doing it all itself. Everything there you heard was 100% Touchscaper. Brilliant. Cool beans. Top job. Awesome stuff. Guys, I'm going to go. Thank you very much. Well, let's thank Rob for creating, for turning up to the stream. Thanks, Rob. You're a top guy. There's the Moodscaper developer, folks. And also for creating such a marvelous app. It requires us not to understand music theory to make fantastic sounding music, because you already get loads of cool templates to start with. So yeah, brilliant. And thanks to Paul the musician is here as well. Another epic developer, folks. Another epic developer. I don't know if you know, Rob, but Paul the musician is the Four Pockets developer, just in case you don't know. Also, thanks to Colin Powell, who turned up, Dean Thomas, Andrea Falessi, Nate 11 star, Jim Shannon turns up, Andrew Lublock left Kenny, Chris Coles, hi Chris, Cy was here as well. If you keep commenting, I'll see who was here. I can say thanks for you turning up, because I keep forgetting. Must thank Joe for turning up too. Thanks, Joe, and moderating. Joe's my wife, everybody, downstairs watching. It was absolutely fabulous. Oh, Daniel, Les Productions Zvon. Hey, excellent stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Daniel. Daniel, if you don't know, produces amazingly cool retro sci-fi samples from Creative Commons stuff. Is a link in all of my descriptions, and you can go and check out Daniel's stuff. There's some free stuff you can get there as well. Glenn Stevenson, thank you, Glenn. Who else? Sweet Action, very cool. Thanks. No worries. Thank you, Dean. Thanks, Dean. I think I did reply to your message as well, didn't I? And the big fourth. Now I have to go and buy something in the Apple Store. Oh, darn it, Tilo. Ding. Wall was here too. Wall, excellent. Thanks. It's just a fabulously cool no-brainer. But I was going to put a thing on and say, don't watch this video. You'll want to buy this app. Don't watch it if you want to keep your money. But it's just brilliant, isn't it? I love it. I do. I loved it when it first came out. It was only doing like the dead basic stuff. Now it kind of does there. Epic. And I do explain how to do all this from scratch at the beginning. It's pretty easy. So we did some cool music in the space of 50 minutes, which was nice, from scratch sort of thing. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Right, guys. Oh, there's a link in the description already for Touchscaper if you want to go and check it out on the App Store. Do you know what? It's not even a bad price, guys. $7.99, £7.99, I think. So I think that's blinking good value for the amount of cool stuff you get. Right? Yes, Jez, it is indeed 2020. Gosh, we made it through the third as well. Right, guys, I'm off. I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.